of planet Earth. And if you're not from planet Earth, good evening to you as well. Hi, I'm Deepak Chabria, and I welcome you back to another episode of Urban Nirvana, where we find peace in the times of chaos. In today's episode, we are going to discuss all about goal setting, writing down goals, and the approach I follow to write down my goals. So, why do you think that writing down goals is important? Or, for the matter of fact, writing down anything is important. The things that get written are the things that get done. That's why we write them down. So the approach that I follow for goal setting normally is SMART goal, which is a well-known approach to set goals with an attitude of gratitude. So SMART is an acronym for SMART is an acronym for goal. SMART SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So you may get started, you may say that you want a car, that may be your goal. And when people ask you, when would you want a car, you might say maybe few years down the line, but you need to be more specific. What kind of car you want, what kind of model, what color, what manufacturing year, and to the minutest of details, you need to jot down what you're going to buy, because that is the first step in goal setting. You may just say that, okay, I want a car, I want a house, I want to start a company, but what are the specifics? You need to write down the specifics of that. So when you say you want a car, for me, what I generally do is that I write down what model of the car. For example, if I want a house, I would say that I would want a 3 BHK duplex villa. So that would be one of the specifics. And coming to M would be measurable. So when you say that you want to lose weight, or you want to gain some muscles or something, that it should always be measurable. It can be any goals, but it needs to be measurable. So when you that's how you define success of your goal. So when you say that you want to lose weight, losing even 100 grams is a success, that achieves your goal. But if you want to lose 5 kgs or 2 kgs, you need to put that down. So it needs to be measurable as well. And coming to the A part, it's achievable or attainable. So any goal that you put down to writing or put down in your mind, it needs to be achievable. For example, buying a house is achievable, but buying a house in Pluto may or may not be achievable for now. And coming to R is realistic or relevant. So again, your goals need to be achievable and realistic and relevant to you as well. Why do you need that? Why do you need to lose that weight? Or why do you need to gain that muscle? Or why do you need to buy that house? Or why do you need to buy that car? So all these you need to put down in the relevant section, saying that I want to buy a car because I want to gift it to my family, and it would help the family to commute with hassle free, without any tension. So this is the R part, and coming to the T part, it is time bound. So when I ask someone, or when you ask me if what my goal is, and if I say that I want to buy a car, again, a few months down the line, when you say what is your goal, it should not be the same. Your goals need to have been updated. I cannot say the same thing, that I want to buy a car for 10 years without any time limit. There needs to be a deadline for that. So when I say that I want to buy a car, I need to be able to say by when I need to buy that car, by when I would be able to achieve that goal. So maybe, like, you can put down few months down the line or few years down the line. It's totally up to you, because this is not a race, and this is just a marathon that you're running for yourself. So categorize your goals. What I usually do is I categorize my goals into short, mid, and long term goals. Short term goals are that, which you can achieve within a few weeks, a few days to a few months. Mid-term maybe a few months to a few years, and long term is just maybe a couple of years down the line. And I do this with an attitude of gratitude, because the more grateful you are for the things you have in life, the more comes back to you. So that's how I write that down. And also, when you write goals down and when you read them, you try to imagine them, you try to visualize them as if you already have achieved them, and how you feel about it. So what happens with this is that your the goals which you have written down, which you're reading, which you're visualizing, that goes into your subconscious, and you tend to work towards it. You tend to start achieving those goals in small steps. And when you have big goals, try to break them down into smaller pieces of goals. So this also serves as a kind of affirmation, and what you think about, you bring about, and also on the terms of that everything happens twice in your life, once in your imagination and the second time in your reality. So here's an example of how I write goals of mine. Um, so when I say that, for example, if my goal is to buy a house for my family, maybe a 3 BHK duplex villa, I would maybe write it down like this. I am so grateful. You write it with a feeling, you write with an attitude of gratitude, as if you're already there and the day is already there. You set a time, you need to be specific, you need to be able to measure, you need to be relevant, and you need to be able to achieve it. So here's how I write down my goals. This is an example, of course. You may write it down in your own format as well. So when I write a goal, I start with I write it in the following format. In this format, I'm grateful to universe. Oh God. I'm so grateful to God that today, 21st June 2021, I'm buying a house on my own. I'm so grateful to the universe and God. I'm so grateful to the universe and God that today, 21st of June 2021, I am buying my own 3 BHK duplex villa for my family. I'm so happy. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. See, as simple as that. So in this format, what happens is you bring about an attitude of gratitude. Your goals are specific, measurable, time bound, achievable, and your goals are realistic. Right. So this is how I write down goals. I maintain a journal sometimes, but randomly sometimes I just write it down in my current notes which I'm carrying about. But one thing that I have realized is that these goals, whichever I have written down, most of them have come true without me realizing. Because what happens when you do this is, you try to when you try to visualize all these goals, they go into your subconscious. This is what happened with me exactly a couple of years back, when I had written down some goals, and I had read them, visualized them, imagined them, I carried them in my subconscious. I had forgotten that I had written them down, but a couple of weeks, months, or even 1 year after achieving those goals, when I go through my old journals or old diaries, I see that all those goals had been written down, and I had achieved them. So I think I will close this episode over here, because this is so I think I'll close this episode over here, and I'll give you the food for thought over here is that write down your goals, start writing them down, even the smallest ones. Start with the smallest ones and see how you can achieve them, and then build up to the short term, mid term, and long term goals. Maintain a journal. So that's one advice even I need to follow. So the food for thought is just that: start writing down goals and start achieving them. And until then, I'll see you again next week. So don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. And do reach out to me for anything, any suggestions, any feedback. I'm always around. And I'll see you again. Until then, stay happy, stay safe, keep smiling. Thank you.